Well, good morning.
And happy Friday.
Yes, and welcome to 9 Straight Up. I'm Ann Carey.
And I am John Carey.
And today we are talking about clean living, clean eating. And I think there's so many questions about that in life. When people say, what kind of diet do you follow? Well, it's a clean diet.
Yeah.
And I think people go, well, what does that mean?
Well, mostly clean. You do a much better job.
Okay, well, yes, and we all could improve. But yeah, so what is clean eating, clean living in a sense? We've been asked so many times what type of lifestyle we lead, and that's why we wanted to touch base on this today.
Right.
So to say that you eat clean, really, to me, and I guess for a lot of people, it could mean a different thing. But
What else could it mean?
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's explain what eating clean is.
Like a greasy burger versus a whole food. Which one do you think would be?
Okay, so if you go to BurgerFi, do you get the bun or do you get the lettuce wrap?
It's still a greasy burger.
Yeah.
But yes, you get a lettuce wrap, yes. But a lot of people do well with
Pizza
grains.
or a salad.
Right. So which
Dirty,
one is more clean to you? So you eat the greasy burger, and why I say clean eating is because everything we consume is stored in every one of our cells. One of our cells.
I got a better example.
What's that?
French fry, naked baked potato.
Oh, okay, good. Are we thinking of French fries?
No, I was thinking of baked potato.
Okay. I don't know. I know you love your fries, so there's so many studies on this research that everything we eat, it goes back to Hippocrates, what he said long ago, let food be thy medicine, and food is thy medicine. So everything we consume affects our bodies.
And or heals.
Or heals.
Or
our
sickens.
minds, our bodies, I should say, everything about us, even the people around us, because how we project ourselves each day affects the people around us. So are you clean eating?
I do my best.
Good, okay. So it's often said...
And if I look in this kitchen, there's nothing...
Yeah. What do you mean?
There's not much opportunity to eat, to go astray.
Oh, true. And that's one of the things we'll cover here. But it's often said that if your yaya, Greek grandmother, yes, would not recognize it, don't eat it. And it's often, you're sweating, you just got done working out.
I did.
Jumped off the Peloton and now you're still dripping. But good. See, that's good. That's clean living. You're
Yeah.
working out, moving that body. But if your grandmother, if your yaya doesn't recognize it, you shouldn't eat it. And think about, I don't want to name anything, but think about chips that aren't real. And even a chip, you could find a healthier chip, because I know that's one of your favorites.
She doesn't want to say chips because she knows it's going to
I know, that so many people have a weakness with chips. But think of the chip, a real chip, real potato, fried in coconut oil, versus one that is pressed, man-made, and I don't even want to say the name, but they're all stacked up in a can perfectly. Which one do you think would be cleaner?
The first one.
Yes. So there's a wonderful chip, Jackson's potato chips, which is a sweet potato fried in coconut oil, and they developed it for their son who has some I don't know, some medical issues. So, and it's a pure chip. So if you're looking for that, look for Jackson's sweet potato chips.
We found that at we haven't bought those in
because I can't find them now. I think
Whole Foods, is it on Amazon?
No,
also?
it was at Fresh Market, but they don't even have them anymore. So you have to order them online directly from them, I believe. And if you can find them somewhere, let us know, because they're delicious. But make it simple. Each food is generally one ingredient. That's how you keep clean. An apple, one ingredient. A banana, a pear, a steak, a fish, a pickle. One ingredient. So do you get the picture rather than...
Is a pickle really one ingredient, though?
Well, it has vinegar, as long as you get the good ones.
The garlic,
yeah,
onions.
that would still be good. They're all still whole foods within there. So, yes. So clean eating is not about weight loss. It's not about all that, but it's more about lifestyle choices and making the best choices for yourself.
One ingredient.
See, I don't agree with that one.
Organic black coffee.
I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't understand the pull towards it. But so many people have got to have their coffee before they get up in the morning.
Oh, while they get up.
While they get up. I know. It was described to me when you have adrenal fatigue and you're just wiped out. When you get up and you have a cup of coffee, it is like punching yourself in the gut because your adrenals are trying to get going. They're trying to heal in that, and then you throw all this caffeine at them. I remember that from one of the doctors said that, and I said, well, luckily I don't drink
Adrenal
coffee.
fatigue, look it up.
Yeah.
She's going to throw out a lot of different words.
I don't drink coffee, so that's not true. I once in a while have a
decaf latte
with almond milk or with coconut milk. That's my treat. But when you start eating clean and healthy, your body notices. Every single cell in your body notices, and you start to perk up. You start to notice things. You start to feel better, perform better.
You're talking about one ingredient.
Yeah.
Just for clarification, we're not talking about, there's a thing called out there, it's called mono meals, which would be 5 bananas, 2 apples.
No, not talking about that at all.
So, right, so it's one ingredient. Like you may have 2 fried eggs and a piece of gluten-free toast for breakfast sometimes. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
I try to have them the sauteed greens.
Yeah, and sauteed greens as well. But I'm saying is those are all one ingredients on your plate, but it's actually 3 different meals, 3 different.
Right. I try to stay away from toast though, but yeah, try to stay away from bread. But so clean living, there's no cost to this. There's no cost to I'm going to go on this plan. There's no cost.
It's just mental.
It is mental. So eliminate the sugar, the processed carbs, sugar and simple carbs, which is kind of junk. They all yeah. Well, I don't want to, I know we all have our thing, but they put stress on your adrenals, and your adrenal gland helps you to regulate your blood sugar. So if ever you've had these blood sugar issues, there could be a problem there. Good morning, Michelle. There's our phone. We forgot to turn that off. So eat clean, meaning eat clean proteins, organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, beans, grains. Now I know a lot of people have trouble with this, nuts, legumes, beans, and grains, so that kind of is at the bottom. But stick to your animal proteins, your organic fruits and vegetables, and
stuff grown out of the ground.
Yes. Well, I like to say something that has a mother or comes from the ground. Those are clean. Isn't that funny to say that?
A mother.
Yes. Quit the coffee habit, and that's my next note. Quit the coffee habit and drink plenty of fresh, filtered water daily. But I know...
Or do both.
I know... Yes, you do. But I know a lot of people, they have to have their coffee. So limit it. Don't have it all day long. Not talking to you, am I? So eat breakfast that contains like a healthy protein, a healthy fat within an hour of waking. You'll be amazed at how good you feel. Now... I know this is hard to do. When people talk about this, it's hard to do. When people
I don't know,
look
but you're
at
looking at me. I'm afraid what you're going to point out to me.
No, what is it?
Do better?
Do both, yes,
Do both.
Very true. But how about if you start with the 80-20 rule? 80% of the time eat clean. 20% of the time give yourself a treat.
You have to, I agree with that, but you also have to limit that 20%. Because
aren't you already limiting it because you're saying 20%?
Yes, but sometimes that 20% will turn into 30 to 40.
Okay,
it
but
goes quick.
That's why I'm saying 20.
Eat 20% of a bag of potato chips. Not possible.
Well,
for me.
Okay, then we need to get you those little single servings. But allow yourself to have that 20% guilt-free and say, okay, I ate 20 or 80% of the day clean. Now I'm going to do 20%.
Right.
So give yourself leeway and teach yourself, I like to say, toe dipping into this lifestyle, into clean living. And what I mean by that is allow yourself to say, okay, I'm going to eat this piece of fruit. Later I will have something with it. And don't label, foods aren't good or bad. I think a lot of people, and I know I'm guilty of that, saying good or bad. They're just not right for you. So.
Right. And then what I've learned is I can go all week eating clean, and then I think I'm treating myself for the weekend.
You're treating yourself. I like that. You're caving.
I am. And it throws it out the heck. So you got to give yourself at least maybe one meal, not a day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a cheat meal, and Billy used to tell us, a cheat meal is when you sit down with one plate, whatever it is, one plate, and you have that cheat meal and you enjoy it. You can't get up from the table and leave and come back. It's that one plate and then be done with it and enjoy it. But listen to this little fact. The study performed by the University of Michigan ranked foods on a health nutritional index, and that starts with foods, which foods increase or decrease your time of healthy life, good quality, disease-free life expectancy. The worst end on that, your mom's favorite, hot dogs. Hot dogs are the worst. And then the next is followed by deli meats, bacon, and soda.
Bacon.
So don't be fooled by the sweet stuff, sweeteners in drinks, and then tell yourself it's not a soda, it's a sweetener. But you know what I mean? Adding these little packets aren't good either. It's drink water. Your body needs water. So yeah, I love that fact.
Does that little packet have a mother?
No.
Then you shouldn't have it, right?
Very good, yes. So one key to know, our bodies are forgiving, very forgiving, and they will heal if we treat them right.
I'm saying, and they're forgiving and they stretch and they get bigger.
Yeah, that's true too. And then it's harder to shrink back. So, okay, so how does one start a clean living program? Simple. How does one start? Out with the old and with the new. And what I mean by that is clean out your pantry. And that is a matter of doing the Marie Kondo, pulling everything out and looking at the food. How many ingredients is in there? Look at the ingredient list. Now you can get a can of tuna, or like a Wild Planet tuna, or a chicken or something like that, which is one ingredient still. Right. Stick to those.
You know, it's also interesting if you do the pantry cleaning party as you're doing it and you're looking at all the stuff that's in the back of the shelf that you pull out, you're gonna find out how much is expired, and you'd want to throw that out anyways.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend just please throw it out. Don't take it to your local church or to the food shelter donating spoiled food. That's not what they're looking for. But yeah, just take out that the old stuff and just throw it out.
It's funny you mentioned that, because they talked about that at church one day. Why is it that we give away the old stuff? We're not treating these people to the new stuff.
Here's our holy socks or holy underwear.
Yeah, which is so true. Everyone does it. So yeah, give them the new. So out with the old, in with the new, and bring in all the new stuff, which is real healthy stuff, one ingredient things, or if you're going to buy a chip, say, buy the Jackson's chips or something like that.
Right. I was only looking at the notes because now you can jump into number 2, because as you're buying things, where do you want to buy them?
Shop, and I know a lot of people have heard this, some people have never heard it. Shop the perimeter of the store. The perimeter of the store offers you, right, like we go to Whole Foods, right when you walk in, all fruits and vegetables. Then around the back side is the meats, the fish, the eggs, the dairy. And then the cheeses, we stick away from the cheeses. And then around the other side is prepared things. And you have to be careful with those too, because you don't know what's in there.
Right.
But stick to that perimeter. Once you start going into those aisles, you will see all the processed, and flip the packages over. Some of these will be this thick with all these ingredients that we can't even pronounce. If you can't pronounce them, don't get near them. Don't put them in your body. If you can't pronounce them, your body can't recognize them. That's the thing what people don't recognize or realize, is that all these foods, our body doesn't know what to do with it, the fake foods. So stick to the real foods. All the things God put on this earth for us, stick to those.
Right.
So what's the next one? 1 piece of fruit and vegetable a day. So many people look at clean eating and get so overwhelmed. What if you just added, instead of take away, just add 1 piece of fruit and 1 vegetable per day? That would be your starting point. Yeah. And that's pretty easy. Grab it.
And the apple or the broccoli may fulfill another need that your body's asking for, that you're going to go eat something else, but this would supplement it. Or you still do both, and then you just learn sooner or later to cut back something else as you're adding more in.
Right. So it fills you up, and then you don't have that room for the nasty stuff. Right. So simple steps, simple steps. The other one is add water. I can't stress water enough. That is, you will notice in your skin and your body, your movement, your energy level, all that. We did 75 hard, and it was a gallon of water a day, and we noticed our energy level went up from water, clean filtered water. So
wait, can we put a little asterisk there? Finish the gallon before 6 p.m.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
It helps you sleep better.
And that's one of the things, sleep. But if you weigh, say, 150 pounds, this is just a start. If you weigh 150 pounds, you need 75 ounces of water, period. That's the minimum. So, and if you can go up to a gallon, go up to a gallon. Because it's amazing what happens to your skin. You can see it in people. You can just see their skin. It's like, it's hydrated, it's plump, it just looks amazing.
I wonder how many people walk around being dehydrated and not even realize it.
Oh, just look at people's, well, I know it sounds funny, but I can look at my hands when I'm dehydrated. They're like, my veins are flat and that. It's a whole different, you just feel it. And you feel sluggish. I feel like, whoa. Yeah. So add more water in. You feel that way, just add more water in.
And the other thing is some people have headaches and they don't realize that they're taking aspirin, but they're drinking it with water. They're thinking the aspirins are helping, but it's really just probably being dehydrated.
I want to say, and I can't remember the exact quote, but I think it's like 80% of headaches are from dehydration rather than, something else.
Right.
Think of when you go out drinking wine or beer and that, you get dehydrated, or coffee dehydrates you. Then you're dehydrated, a headache starts, and you think, oh my gosh, I need an aspirin. Drink more water.
Right.
Keep pumping the water.
Good morning, Mom.
So the next one, buy and consume the best quality meat you can afford. And what I mean by that is there are like free-range chicken, there's grass-fed beef, there's wild-caught salmon, all these different ways of getting the best quality. You can buy the top, it's very expensive, or you can figure out what you can afford. Get the best that you can afford that fits in your budget.
Right.
And work from there. And don't beat yourself up, just stick with there, because you're stepping it up. You're eating nutrient-dense foods, and you're going to notice the difference.
Just be careful on the grass-fed beef. It does dry out a little bit, so you have to maybe marinate it with something. Yeah,
our friend Meryl said marinate it for sure. And then even with chicken, marinate it in a brine overnight. It's unbelievable. So
where did we just have that?
Up north, up at Torch, we had it. It was unbelievable. So the other thing is, the last thing I'm just going to say, and we could go on and on, but the last thing is take a walk, get fresh air, go earthing, and we talk about earthing a lot. Go barefoot in the grass and walk around, sit down, just breathe. I think that right now, especially with everything happening in the world, there's so much stress, we forget to just take a breath and breathe.
That's right.
So
stress, politics, the wars, who knows what's happening with you at work? Are you at work? Are you working from home?
Right. There's so much stress. So get outside, enjoy nature, take in the sun, let the sun just penetrate your skin. It feels so good, and it's so good for you. Get that vitamin D. So good morning, Anthony. So get that in, breathe the fresh air, take a walk, go earthing, do what you need to do. So what we'd like to ask you today is, what is one thing that you can do today to start living a cleaner lifestyle, taking that one step towards a cleaner lifestyle? We'd love to hear from you, and when you share, everyone else learns as well. So we'd love to hear.
Sounds
good.
So
what are you doing today?
Making sure the neighbors get all the rest of the cookies that you made the other day.
Yes, yes.
Ann makes these wonderful chocolate chip cookies.
But we don't eat them.
She doesn't. We don't eat them. I had one.
Did you? Well, I had one when I was making it, but then that we have little guys next door who love them, so we
Do you have to make like 3 dozen every time though?
Yeah, I do. So I love to make cookies. But make it a great day. Let us know what you're doing for clean living. So have a good one.